This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall. A Norridge man accused of murder remains behind bars tonight, charged with murder.
And I'm Beth Jones. Kendall Purnell was arraigned for his alleged involvement in a murder and an aggravated assault late last week. Our Alex Schley has the latest. We're told we're having some technical difficulties with that story. We're going to try and bring it to you at this time.
A Norridge man accused of murder appeared in court Monday. Kendall Purnell was arraigned on charges related to a deadly incident Friday night.
Count 1, intentional, unknowing, or depraved indifference murder with respect to a Harold Burgess, and in count 2, elevated aggravated assault with respect to one Sean.
If convicted, Maine Superior Court Chief Justice Robert Mullins says Purnell could spend decades in jail.
Count 1 is punishable by a minimum mandatory sentence of 25 years to life. Count 2, the maximum sentence is up to 30 years in prison.
According to Maine State Police, Somerset County first responders were dispatched around 11:30 Friday night.
It's going to be 40 Walnut Drive in Norwalk.
Scanner transmission archived by Broadcastify captured the moment first responders entered the home.
The residence is secure. Deputies are on scene. You're all set to enter.
One responsive, one non-responsive.
Upon arriving, deputies reported finding 71-year-old Harold Burgess deceased and 38-year-old Sean Hagan with severe head injuries. According to court records, Purnell allegedly beat Hagan with a 2x4. Hagan was taken to a local hospital before being life-flighted to Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor. According to a press release from Maine State Police, law enforcement in the surrounding area were told to be on the lookout for Purnell, who was last seen driving the homeowner's vehicle. Around 1 a.m. Saturday, Waterville police spotted the vehicle at an Irving gas station on Kennedy Memorial Drive. Purnell was identified and taken to the Waterville police station for questioning before being arrested and booked into the Somerset County Jail. Purnell's next court date has not been set. In Skowhegan, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
4 people are facing charges after police searched a Waterville apartment. It was the result of what police say was a months-long investigation related to the sale of fentanyl and cocaine base in Waterville. 45-year-old Bradford Webb, 36-year-old Kate Danforth, and 33-year-old Stephen Silcox lived in the apartment on Kennedy Memorial Drive. They were all arrested for aggravated trafficking, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, and criminal conspiracy. Danforth was also on probation and had 10 warrants for her arrest. 47-year-old Nicholas Hunter was in the apartment at the time of the search. Police say he had 3 warrants for his arrest.
Meanwhile, officials say another search by Waterville Police and the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency intercepted a large amount of cocaine base and fentanyl being trafficked into the state of Maine. They searched 36-year-old Andre Jones of Bronx, New York, as he returned to Maine. Police say they found he was in possession of nearly 300 grams of cocaine base and almost 30 grams of fentanyl. Jones is charged with 2 counts of aggravated trafficking. His bail is set at $25,000. The investigation is ongoing.
Maine's Attorney General Aaron Frey has joined another coalition of attorneys general suing the Trump administration and other government agencies, this time for defunding medical and public health innovation research. The Attorney General says he, along with 21 other attorneys general, are suing the Trump administration, the Department of Health, and the Human Services Department of Human Services, and the National Institutes of Health for unlawfully cutting funds that support cutting-edge medical and public health research at universities and research institutions across the country. The coalition is seeking an injunction barring the Trump administration and the NIH from implementing the across-the-board 15% rate cuts presented on Friday, February 7th, which create large budget gaps for university and other research institutions.
Well, towns in southern Penobscot County may be one step closer to getting the green light for establishing a regional ambulance service after a public hearing today. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has the story.
It really seems to make sense to regionalize this so that we have timely responses to crisis situations.
Representative Kenneth Fredette, a Republican from Newport, is talking about his bill LD 176, an act to establish a regional ambulance service in southern Penobscot County. He says while on the campaign trail, the Corinna Fire Department reached out to him about problems with EMS in the southern Penobscot area.
Yeah, what we understand is that Northern Light is going to be sort of pulling back on the services that they have provided for ambulance services. We know that there are other ambulance services within the area that are also pulling back. And so we sort of see this slow-moving avalanche coming right towards us. And so we need to be proactive and try to get out in front of it.
Representative Fredette says the need for the service is widely recognized in the area, and he has already received bipartisan support for the idea and his plan for implementation.
EMS is considered an essential service under Maine law. This bill allows for ownership for the provision of this essential service to remain with the municipal officers of the towns. This is where accountability for providing these essential services should remain.
Representative Fredette adds, if the legislature doesn't act soon, the situation could go from bad to worse.
Well, again, I think they recognize that we are in a crisis situation. And again, that's about staffing, that's about capital cost, and it's about reimbursement rates. And we, frankly, all have to work together so that when we know someone picks that phone up and dials 911, that someone is not only on their way, but they're on their way in a timely way.
The bill will now face a work session before being voted on by the full legislature. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Switching gears a little bit, I know today was a nice sunny day outside, but I know it's about to get very cold very quickly here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, I was overjoyed that we reached 25. That was great, but we do have some chilly overnights ahead of us this week. So on that note, let's get to first check of our forecast.
Thank you very much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. All right, out there we could see increasing clouds throughout this afternoon. There was a few snow flurries north of us, but some of that may have been Virgo for today. So not much snow accumulation is what we're expecting for today. And we're going to become dry tonight with some mostly clear skies and cooler temperatures. But for highs out there today, mid-20s is what we saw here in Bangor, 32 for Bar Harbor, 30 in Rockland. Lots of areas in those upper 20s to low 30s in the southwestern portion of the state. Cooler temperatures up north. We did see Greenville at 20 degrees, Clayton Lake 15, 19 in Presque Isle. So lots of mid to upper teens and low 20s in the northern portion of the state. For winds out there, a little bit of breeze right now, 7 miles per hour from the west here in Bangor, 13 in Waterville, Augusta, 14, so a little bit breezier to the west, but those winds will calm down for tonight with cooler temperatures. As you can see, mostly clear skies throughout tonight, and those lows are looking to drop near close to 9 degrees below zero.
All right, definitely want to bundle up. Thank you, Chase. Coming up on ABC7 News at 6, Grace Blanchard spoke with a local firefighter who just returned from helping crews quell the wildfires in California.
And more help is on the way to those experiencing homelessness in the Augusta area. We'll have those stories and much more as ABC7 News at 6 continues.
With winter here, you'll want to feel safe on the road. So take action by heading to your Toyota all-wheel drive headquarters for a Washington's Birthday Sales event. College students and recent grads could get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. Toyota, let's go places.
Embrace the journey, where each moment turns into a cherished memory. Ensuring life's journey and experiences along the way. AAA, we're always with you.
Welcome to Residential Roofers, your trusted local contractor for over 30 years. From groundwork to roofing, siding, windows, and doors, we've been transforming homes and businesses with premium craftsmanship and materials. We understand the value of your investment. That's why we're committed to your complete satisfaction, whether it's enhancing curb appeal or improving functionality. Ready to bring your vision to life? Call us today for a no-obligation free estimate at 991-1502. Trust your home to Residential Roofers.
Love is in the air, and ABC7 and Fox 22 want you to share in the love with a special Valentine's Day promotion. Register to win prizes from some great local businesses. Our special Valentine's Day promotion is brought to you by Luxury Brows in Holden, The Bankery in Skowhegan, and Chimera Coffee in Bangor. All you have to do is go to our contest page on foxbangor.com and register to win.
Join the
America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it. And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. A local firefighter has recently returned from across the country where he was assisting crews battling the wildfires that have devastated parts of California. Our Grace Blanchard shares insight into his experience and how it can help firefighters prepare for potential disasters in our state.
Augusta firefighter Richard Bodwin has seen and battled many fires over the years. But he says he's seen nothing as extreme as the latest wildfires in Southern California.
Those were some just major fire events. The weather, everything just timed up just right.
He and several other Maine firefighters and forest rangers were deployed to California after the majority of the resources out west were exhausted.
We were called kind of 2 days after the big ones that blew through, and we just went in support of what was potential to happen.
Though the worst of the flames had already passed when Bodwin arrived, Augusta's fire chief says he still returned with valuable insight.
So if we have something bigger here where we kick into the command system with its multiple layers, they're familiar with it. So not necessarily using them on the fire ground, but maybe at the command post with the knowledge that they've received through operating in something that large.
Chief Groder says Maine is no stranger to helping crews out west.
I went out back in 1989 when I first started, and these folks that have been out, they enjoy it, they learn a lot, so it didn't surprise me at all when they were called and he signed up for it.
Bodwin used vacation time to spend around 12 days out in the Golden State, and he says he would not hesitate to answer the call again.
Basically what it all comes down to is we're just there to help our fellow man, and whatever they need, we'll drive across the country and see what we can do.
In Augusta, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
More services are coming to the Augusta community soon for those experiencing homelessness in the area. The nonprofit United Community Living Center aims to assist unhoused individuals in the southern Kennebec County region. The organization recently received approval from the Augusta Planning Board to establish a low-barrier services center in Augusta. According to the nonprofit's board president, there is currently no daytime warming center in the area, and they hope to fill that gap.
This will provide the opportunity for folks to have a place to go where they're welcome to come and just hang out, or they can come and get access to services. So there will be no requirement to participate in services, but services will be available should people want to take advantage of them.
Some of the services they will offer include access to education, employment, and housing navigation. They are currently renovating a building on Spruce Street in Augusta, which will serve as the location of the center. St. Hilaire says they hope to start opening on weekends within the next 3 to 4 weeks and then plan to expand their hours as quickly as they can.
Still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, Jody Hersey highlights how one local school is making the most out of a mistake.
And in sports, one Brewer senior became just the second girls basketball player in school history to reach 1,000 career points. Well, that story after the break.
Touches of black. They stand for elegance, refinement, and though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Save thousands on your new garage doors during the double rebate event at PDQ Door. Choose from several beautiful Clopay garage doors and get up to a $250 online rebate, and PDQ Door will instantly double it to save you $500. Buy 4 garage doors and get up to $1,000 in rebates, and PDQ Door will instantly double it to save you $2,000. Find a door you adore during our double rebate event for a limited time only.
Winter is a time to get outside and enjoy all that Maine has to offer. And when it's time to come inside, rest assured everything's toasty because of your Fujitsu heat pump from Valley Home Services. The comfort and warmth of home means more on days like these. Push a button and you'll be snuggling up on the couch in no time. Valley Home Services offers reliable rebates, significant energy savings, and expert installation. Embrace the comfort of Fujitsu heat pumps from Valley Home Services. Call or click today.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. One of our clients was a man whose family contacted me after he was badly injured in a hit and run. As a former prosecutor, I was able to work with the police and the DA's office to identify the driver and prove that he was drunk when the accident happened. It was that work that allowed us to get him a $500,000 settlement. If you've been hurt by a drunk driver, call me. I'm your go-to guy.
Hurt by a drunk driver? Call the twos.
Touches of black. They stand for elegance, refinement, and though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We'll start on the basketball court up here. It was a special moment on Friday night in Brewer where one senior made school history. Brewer senior girls basketball standout Allie Flagg recorded her 1,000th career point on Friday against Bangor, draining a three-pointer from the logo at the end of the third quarter to reach the milestone. She is the first girl in 45 years to reach the 1,000-point mark at Brewer and just the second in school history. Here's how it sounded, and she says it simply felt amazing.
Oh my God, it was amazing. It's something that I've been looking forward to for a while, and a lot of my friends drove up to watch and family, so I really wanted to get it. It felt like amazing. Literally, that's the word that I just keep saying. It was amazing, like having everyone feel so excited for me, and it was just amazing.
Like we said, Flagg is just the second girl in school history with 1,000 career points next to her name. To do it on her senior night is something special, too. She's been a leader in that Witches Clubhouse for the last few years, which made Friday even more special. And like any senior, even without the 1,000-point milestone, senior night is always bittersweet.
Because I know a lot of the younger girls look up to me, and they're always cheering on at the game, so to give them something to kind of work for, you know what I mean? It feels great. I think it's bittersweet. I'm lucky that I have something that makes saying goodbye so hard, I would say. To have teammates and such a strong community behind me, it's bittersweet. It's great that I was here, but I'm sad that I have to leave soon.
Big congratulations to her. Staying on the court now is a 2-0 week for Maine men's hoops as they improved to 8-2 on the year in America East play. After leading the team in scoring in both wins, Maine's A.J. Lopez earned the America East Player of the Week award. In a win over NJIT Thursday night, Lopez led Maine with 23 points on 6 of 12 shooting from the field. On Saturday, in a dominant win over UMBC, he paced the Black Bears with 17 points and added 5 rebounds as well. It's his first time winning the honor and the fourth time this season a Black Bear has been named Conference Player of the Week. Maine is off until Saturday when they host the University of Vermont. On to the Celtics now. Boston gearing up to take on the new-look Miami Heat down in Miami tonight. Boston has now won 5 of their last 6. The Celtics defeating the Knicks in blowout fashion at Madison Square Garden, and a big reason was the play of Jason Tatum. This was Saturday. Tatum had 40 points in the outing after dropping 37 against New York in the season opener. He must love that matchup. It started with a bang, too. In his second 40-point game of the season, and it's also the 27th of his career, putting the 26-year-old All-Star at 9th on the Celtics scoring list, overtaking both JoJo White and Dave Cowens. And there was a small reason he was so locked in on Saturday.
You see some free throws going, maybe a couple looks in transition, then the tougher shots feel a little bit easier.
How do you?
And I saw Denzel Washington sitting courtside, so I was excited about that.
Had to put on a show?
Tried to.
I'd put on a show for Denzel, too, or at least I would try to. That's all the time we have for sports. Here's Chase Ropenack with your full 5-day forecast.
And thank you very much. For highs out there today, mid-20s is what we saw here in Bangor, looking like 26 degrees here in town, 32 for Bar Harbor. You guys right around freezing. Rockland at 30, and lots of areas in those upper 20s to low 30s in that southwestern portion of the state for today. Cooler temperatures hanging up north, though. 18 in Holton, 19 Presque Isle. We saw 15 degrees in Clayton Lake for today. Going into tonight, the skies are going to clear. The winds will calm, so we're going to see very cold temperatures out there tonight. Getting close to 9 degrees below zero is what we'll see here in Bangor. The model is showing right around 8 degrees below zero. We will see colder temperatures up north. Caribou, 14 degrees below zero. Could possibly get colder than that with a nice fresh snowpack as well. And by the coastal regions, we do see temperatures a little bit warmer in those single digits still. Looking like right around 8 degrees for areas by Deer Isle. For tomorrow, we will see mostly sunny skies early on, then increasing clouds once again. We'll be right around those mid to upper 20s for tomorrow here in Bangor. Getting close to 30 degrees once again by the coastal areas. And again, temperatures will be cooler up north. Looks like mid to upper teens for your guys' highs tomorrow. The average high this time of year is starting to slowly raise right around 30 degrees, that average high now. And as you can see, by Thursday, that's when we'll be really close to average. It looks like 29 degrees for that high then, with a chance for some really good snow as well. Friday, cooling off with that high right around 20 degrees. Saturday and the Sunday, mid to upper 20s. And Monday, we're cooling off once again. We'll see that high in the upper teens then, well below average. Winds out there, a little bit of breeze right now in Bangor from the west, 7 miles per hour. We do see a little bit more of a breeze to the west in Waterville and Augusta. You guys right now, 13, 14 miles per hour, gusting near 20. See that up north in Frenchville as well, but by the coast, not too bad. 8 miles per hour from the north in Bar Harbor. It looks like Machias just a little bit stronger, right around 9 miles per hour, all gusting right around 15 to 20. All right, so out there for tonight, mostly clear skies. Temperatures will be very cold, but increasing clouds for tomorrow with that chance for a few flurries here in Bangor. Doesn't look like we're really going to get it, so please don't get excited about these snow chances. It does look like we're going to stay dry, but Presque Isle, you guys can get a nice burst of snow, a ½ inch to an inch out of that burst if it does hit you guys for tomorrow. Other than that, lots of us will stay dry. And as we continue on, we'll see partly cloudy skies throughout the night. Going into Wednesday, right around 4 a.m., we'll see some cold temperatures out there once again. All right, so for tonight, though, staying dry, we will see mostly clear skies. Temperatures 9 degrees below zero with those calm winds. So that is a recipe for very cold temperatures out there tonight. Going into tomorrow, highs in the mid to upper 20s, looking at 27 degrees for our high here, increasing clouds in the afternoon. And can't rule out a few flurries, but most likely we will stay dry with southwest winds gusting near 20 miles per hour for tomorrow. Taking a look at our extended forecast, we do have a sunny day coming up on Wednesday, but below average. Highs only right around 21 degrees. Going up into the upper 20s for Thursday, where snow will be very likely all across the state. Valentine's Day, we dry out, mostly sunny skies again, with temperatures in those low 20s, but bumping up into the mid 20s for Saturday, with increasing clouds and a chance for more snow coming Saturday night into Sunday.
It's interesting and kind of nice that there's at least some relief during the day where we're at least getting up into the 20s. Being outside is kind of okay. It feels reasonably mild. And, by the time it really dips down, hopefully you're at home with some really thick socks on and a nice sweater.
Some rough nights ahead.
Indeed. All righty. Well, there is still more to come. Stay with us.
I slipped and fell on some ice in a parking lot.
Slip and fall? Make the call to Maine's most recognized personal injury law firm, the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
I'd recommend their services to anyone. Call Joe. It's that easy.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days, because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you could rise to meet it. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $300.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Love is in the air, and ABC7 and Fox 22 want you to share in the love with a special Valentine's Day promotion. Register to win prizes from some great local businesses. Our special Valentine's Day promotion is brought to you by Bennett's Gems and Jewelry in Belfast, Healing Strength Massage in Bangor, and Stonington's Furniture in Brewer. All you have to do is go to our contest page on foxbangor.com and register to win.
Hank's Husqvarna is your trusted full-line Husqvarna dealer, offering you everything you need for your outdoor projects. From high-performance lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, battery-powered and powerful snowblowers, we have just what you need. Every piece of equipment is fully set up, serviced, and ready for use by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or new equipment sales, make your way to Hank's Husqvarna in Carmel or Newport.
Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call Joe Bornstein, right now.
Call the firm that has been getting justice for Mainers for 50 years. If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe.
Welcome back. Valentine's Day is a time to say I love you to those who are important to you. A couple from Heartland is turning that message into action to make students in several local schools feel special. They and their children put together more than 5,000 Valentine cards with pencils and lollipops. They started doing it 4 years ago, and every year they try to add a new school. This year they've included Dexter Regional High School.
It just seemed like a great opportunity for us to jump on board, allowing each one of our students to feel a little special, at least on one day. Nobody gets left out, everybody gets a Valentine's. It just seemed like the right thing to do, and a great opportunity, and we were all for it.
That was really a dream of mine, to make sure that everybody felt loved on Valentine's Day and included as part of that.
Davis says it takes a couple of weeks for them to put together all of the Valentines. She says it's worth the reward of knowing it makes someone smile and feel loved.
Well, a group in northern Maine is poised to carve out a small piece of history next month, right on the U.S.-Canadian border. From March 14th to the 16th, the Maine Ice Busters will be carving out the first ever international ice carousel in the middle of the St. John River. The plan is to carve out a carousel with a diameter of exactly 207 feet. The center of the carousel will be right on the border, so at all times, half will be in Van Buren, Maine, and the other half will be in St. Leonard, New Brunswick. Now, the Ice Busters currently hold the world record for the world's largest ice carousel. And to learn more about the organization and the International Ice Carousel event, you can check out this story on our website, that is foxbangor.com. Well, accidents do happen. So when a new 2024 electric Mustang was being delivered to Darlings in Bangor and fell off the car-carrying trailer, the dealership decided to gift it to United Technology Center. Now it is up to the students there to repair it and make it roadworthy once again. Our Jody Hersey has the story.
I think this is the first electric vehicle that's come through the collision repair.
It's a rarity for the students in the Auto Body Collision Repair Program at United Technology Center to be gifted a brand new set of wheels to work on. But thanks to Darlings, these high schoolers have the chance to get their hands on a damaged 2024 electric Mustang Mach-E.
It looked like a perfect project because most of the damage was cosmetic.
This car rolled over on its way to the Darlings dealership, and the whole side of the car got crushed. So we got the front fender, rear quarter, and 2 doors that need to be fixed.
High school junior CJ Yarnish has always been passionate about cars.
I think that it is a great opportunity to learn. The other vehicles that I've worked on were steel, and this one, all the body panels are aluminum.
High school senior Brady Eaglin loves the challenge of repairing this Mustang to its former glory.
Nothing is the same. Each car is different in their own way. It's like a new challenge each time. If you've seen this side, you know, all beat to crap, and you know, it'll come out and look pretty and blue like this at the end. It's gorgeous at the end.
When the repairs are complete, it will be Jadon Johnson's turn to put on the finishing touches with paint.
If you're going too fast, it's going to be too light of a coat. It's not going to work. If you're going too slow, it's going to get all runny. You got to be pretty good with your hands.
UTC automotive instructor James Luna says this has been a valuable experience for students and one they'll benefit from after graduation.
That's one of my goals, is to make sure I expose them to every aspect of collision repair, and then it's up to the individual student to take and run with that.
In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And those students sound so passionate about what they're doing and really so knowledgeable. The student who was talking about, how to properly execute the paint job. So, it's clear that they've already learned a lot and they have some legitimate skills that they're already applying to that repair. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, that car is definitely in good hands.
I would agree. All right, well, that is going to do it for us, folks. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great night.
And for more of your local news, join us over on Fox 22 News Tonight at 6:30.
This week, the plan to abolish the Department of Education. What could this
house?
It's a restaurant.
Do you remember the Yard House?
Yes, Your Honor. I remember going to dinner there.
Okay. And did the plaintiff pay for that dinner?
Yes, Your Honor, but my meal was not $25.
I don't know what it was. $250. Okay, so you acknowledge that there were certain expenses that you had, and I've taken some off that I actually can't justify. But that's still $250.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Okay.
Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done.
Thank you.
Excuse me, step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
No, I don't deny the fact that she paid for things. I just deny the fact that she asked for me to pay them back.
She's an emotional young lady. She cried quite a few times, complained about her finances.
I'm so thankful that I got to go and that my parents provided my airfare to go.
And I just didn't want that to be an issue. You don't get many vacations like this.
But I'm not happy that I went with them.
And I love doing for my family, so we were happy to do it.
She's just a really bad person, and she says things to people that don't need to be said to them.
I mean, she thinks I'm a terrible friend, but terrible friends don't bring you to Hawaii, so...
No, I did not want to be friends with her anymore.
Absolutely not.
I'm just very happy that it's over with and that I'll never have to see either of them again.
I hope that Irene starts to learn to be responsible and pay debts that she owes.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
A Norridgewock man accused of murder remains behind bars tonight. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. Kendall Purnell was arraigned after his alleged involvement in a murder and aggravated assault late last week. Our Alex Schley has the latest.
A Norridgewock man accused of murder appeared in court Monday. Kendall Purnell was arraigned on charges related to a deadly incident Friday night.
Count 1, intentional or knowing or depraved indifference murder with respect to a Harold Burgess, and in count 2, elevated aggravated assault with respect to one Sean.
If convicted, Maine Superior Court Chief Justice Robert Mullins says Purnell could spend decades in jail.
Count 1 is punishable by a minimum mandatory sentence of 25 years to life. Count 2, the maximum sentence